channel. I am Afro Goddess, and today I will be doing a video on the most drug addicted city in America. I have not yet seen this video, so we're going to watch this video together, and and we're going to see what's going on here. Okay, so don't forget to hit the like button on your way in and subscribe to my channel. So anyway, here we go. We're going to get into the video.
What is your first hit of meth feel like?
Superman.
Now we are seeing students as young as first grade who have had drug issues.
What percent of guys that are slaying you think wasted? Online it says that Omaha is the most drug-addicted city in America. Does that surprise you?
The United States of America is facing a massive drug crisis. In 2021, over 106,000 people died from drug overdoses. This is up 14% from 2020. The main culprit in this story is fentanyl.
Next to the fentanyl crisis wreaking havoc in communities across the country, overdoses, drug seizures, and concerns continue to grow from coast to coast.
The victim can be seen buying the fentanyl, then walking over to the front door of the gas station before collapsing.
A snapshot of America's fentanyl crisis. An average of one person every 10 hours dies in this city of a fentanyl overdose.
A lot more people are dying, and it's in a lot of the drug supply, and people are doing it without knowing they're doing it.
Fentanyl was created in 1959 by Dr. Paul Jansen to be a more efficient alternative to morphine, and it's used in hospitals to help with surgeries and pain management. Due to its potency and how cheap it is to produce, drug dealers cut their products with fentanyl to stretch it and make it stronger.
Okay, this is sad already. Did y'all see how these people are on the streets and all bent over like that? Like, oh my God, that's a sad sight to see. And those pills, they look very, very small. Now, I've never gotten high a day in my life, and I'm not going to, okay? But those pills, they look very, very tiny. You know, but I don't know. This is sad to see. Do I see this on the street? I do, but not in a large number all at one time. I may see one here and there, but not a lot like in one area. I don't see this in my real time, like where I'm from. I don't see it. But ooh, let's go. Let's get back into the video.
The journey of fentanyl to the United States is as follows. Much of it is created in China and India, and it's sold to Mexican criminal organizations like the Sinaloa cartel. It's then smuggled across the border, and it's been flooding the American streets. Today,
Okay, so these drugs are made in China and India, but yet still America still allow any and everybody into this country just freely. No checks, no nothing. Just, hey, come on in. You know, they can bring all kinds of things with them. America don't care. America don't even care about your own people, because this should not be happening. Other countries should not be able to bring drugs into America that easily, because we have a very, very strong force, like the army and all of them. This should not be happening. But then again, we all know why it's happening, right? Everybody got to get paid, right? The higher up got to get paid, right? Yeah, y'all know what this is about. Y'all know why the drugs is here and it's going to continue to stay here. We know. Anyway, let's get back into the video.
we visit the most drug-addicted city in America, Omaha, Nebraska, top in the nation for meth, cocaine, marijuana, and heroin. We speak with addicts, people in recovery, drug dealers, and law enforcement. Let's hit the streets. First, we stop at University of Nebraska, Omaha, to speak with Coalition RX, a nonprofit dedicated to reducing drug use. Ladies and gentlemen, Carrie.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
We're seeing big pharma on the streets, and we're seeing a lot of drugs, mainly fentanyl. And the bad thing about fentanyl is just little grams to kill you.
If you look at a drug dealer like a business operation, what's in it for them to lace things with fentanyl?
It's cheap, and it gives you a good kick of high.
It's one of the most dangerous drugs we've ever seen.
How is fentanyl getting into this country? Does anyone know the source, where it comes from, how it gets here?
The drugs are being manufactured in China, and they're being sold to the groups like Sinaloa in Mexico, and then trafficking it across the border.
Federal agents found 300,000 fentanyl pills and 11 pounds of fentanyl powder. Authorities say the SUV has crossed the U.S.-Mexico border multiple times.
Now we are seeing students as young as first grade who have had drug issues.
Did she say as little as first grade? That's on drugs? Like literally like on drugs, like just getting high? As little as first grade? That's alarming. That is alarming. That is disturbing. And it's utterly messed up. Wow. I didn't even know that. I didn't know that even you would see, first graders being high. I didn't know that. Wow. I guess I learned something here. Ooh-wee. Wow. This is unacceptable. This is sad. Anyway, let's get back into the video.
Oh, big pharma, in my mind, they are the people that needed to be held accountable, and they've been getting off scot-free if you ask me.
My son passed away when he was 18 from an accidental oxycodone overdose right here on his campus, actually. He had just finished his freshman year on a full academic scholarship here, and from what I can tell, he was experimenting with drugs, I believe, because of some stress he was under with grades and different things, and he went to sleep one night after.
Did I miss something? Because at first she said that he overdosed off of a drug accidentally. But then she turned around and said that he was experimenting with drugs. There's a difference. He took those drugs willingly and he overdosed off of it. It wasn't no accident. Lady, he knew what he was doing when he took the drug. Again, according to you, he was experimenting with them. Okay? Anyway, let's get back in the video.
Getting some oxycodone from another student, and he didn't wake up that morning.
If we meet a drug dealer today that bolsters his business with fentanyl, what would be your message to that drug dealer? What would you like to say to him?
Well, I want them to think about their own child, or their niece or nephew, or the kid next door. Would they want that kid's life to end because of what they're doing to make a buck? They're killing people's kids.
Addiction is giving up everything for one thing, but recovery is giving up one thing for everything.
How many people in this room has either had a family member or know of someone that has overdosed in their circle?
Yeah.
Since there's fentanyl in all the things, you can carry naloxone. So what you do is you put it into your nasal cavity. I don't have the test.
I put this up their nose.
You put this part, and then you just push down, and it will spray.
Corporal Crane was equipped with a nasal spray Narcan, a prescription medicine that rapidly reverses the effects of an overdose.
Thanks, you guys.
Take care. Next, we head to speak to a former drug dealer that can give us insights on how narcotics are moving through this area. So we're headed to a trap house in Omaha, talk to a dealer, get inside their head. Tell me about the drug scene in Omaha.
It's pretty active right now. I mean, when you start seeing it, there's an epidemic level. I honestly thought to myself, I was like, shit, drugs always been in here. One of the big things right now is meth, overdoses.
Does that make you nervous being in the game?
this may be a little nervous, not gonna lie, because nobody really knows, understands what they're doing nowadays, you know what I mean?
What do you view as the impact of fentanyl coming into the game?
It's honestly a travesty because it just kills people.
What percent of guys that are slaying you think waste their shit?
I just assume everybody because at the end of the day,
Okay, so he said it's a travesty because fentanyl kills people, but you're selling it though. You're selling it. You are a drug dealer. You can't say it's sad because it's killing people in one hand, but then you're the one that's selling it. That doesn't make sense in a way, I guess. But then again, you didn't make these people take drugs. You didn't put a gun to their head and say, here, come here, take this drug. So it's the person's decision to want to get high of their choice. It's their decision, I get that. But you're not helping it none by selling it to them. I just want to say that. Let's get back to the video.
they themselves come back to love can step on a cut or anything, you know what I mean?
Tell me about the journey of how drugs get to America and how Omaha is the central point of that.
The way I understand it is just because we're on I-80, Interstate 80, everything gotta come local here at some point in time. That's why like in Nebraska they call it the vomit, because we made so many drug busts on the interstate.
Have you ever felt bad for a customer?
At the end of the day, people are growing, it's their own responsibility to handle the shit, you know what I'm saying? You gotta do the drugs, not let the drugs do you, whatever it is you're doing.
What made you decide to get into the game?
I did it out of necessity, like out of survival, because I lost my job, a lot of different things were going on, I got trouble with the law, and I was just trying to figure myself out.
And what kind of things went down in this house that we're at?
This place, man, everything used to go down here, literally everything, meth, coke, crack, weed, everything, like, I got out in 2019, but I went away before everything got raided.
What was your childhood like?
It was pretty regular.
Do your parents know what you've been up to?
Do they know everything? No, but my mom, so she everybody here.
Does it surprise you to hear that Omaha is the most drug-addicted city in the country?
It kind of does.
Big Pharma, what role do you think they play in this whole game?
I think they play a big role. Because a lot of the stuff that people are exposed to wasn't around before.
If you came face to face with a mother of someone that had died from drug overdose, what would you say to her?
Sorry for your loss. I mean, the person makes their own choice at the end of the day. Nobody forced them to do that. I feel sorry for them.
Is there like a code on the streets, like most dealers won't deal to kids, or do you know of any guys that'll sell to a 5th grader or a 6th grader?
I think if anybody got the money, anybody will set their own, to be honest with you.
If you could retire from this profession, what would you get into?
I'd like to do what you're doing.
Okay, listen, so if China and India is making the drug, right, but it's being sold here in America, then yes, the pharmaceutical have a lot to do with that. So again, I'm still going to blame America for the misuse of the drugs being sold to these pharmaceuticals and then into the hands of doctors and others. It's still America's is their fault that this is happening to the people here in our country. America brought it here. America needs to take it out and regulate it much better so that it will not be on the streets like it is or like it has been. I blame you, America. Period.
Next, we head to a part of Omaha where drug addicts and homeless people are living in tents on the street to get their story and hear what their life is like. Omaha is known as the most drug-addicted city in America.
It is. I'm with the outreach program. I'm a psychologist. Fentanyl is the worst thing in the world. They used it when they put you under to do surgery. They quit using it. Well, it disappeared off the docks. It went to Mexico. It comes back to the United States. They stomp on it, which stomping means they mix it with other things. Young cats like you get it.
What can you tell us about life here?
Difficult, hot, resources are slim.
Do you survive out here all day?
Yeah, I'm here 24/7.
What gets someone to a point that they're willing to be outside at 10 to 90 degree heat?
To get away. Sometimes it's better to be out here than it is to be in an abusive situation. And guess what? It could happen to you two guys too.
What's the drug that's running through Omaha right now?
Meth, crack, there's some cocaine, and weed. Pretty much anything you want to find is pretty much.
Right here.
I got out of the situation I was in and run out of funds, so I got stuck here until I can get enough funds up to be able to get into a place.
People are bad. They've had a bad situation. Sometimes the system doesn't allow that.
What could the system change, or what could be better about the system?
Other psychologists, psychiatrists, outreach programs, hospitals where they can take their medication, etc., etc. They can live a normal life.
This is kind of the Skid Row of Omaha, I would say.
Hell yeah, this the bomb. I can't get my motherfucking ID. They f***ing with me. They keep talking about they care about the people that's homeless. They don't want you to put your tents up nowhere. Why the f*** we can't put our tents up nowhere and y'all not trying to help us?
I had suspicions about this guy, so I called the Sienna Francis house to see if he worked there. They said he was not a psychiatrist on staff. He was a patient. Today we meet John, a former addict helping other people on the path.
Oh, wow. He didn't work there? He was a patient himself? Wow, okay. He played that off very good. Very well spoken, too. I guess he was an advocate. I don't know what to say about that part. But, let's get back into the video.
Recovery outside the Sienna Francis house, which is a place leading the charge in helping the homeless, but also one of the highly concentrated areas of drug addicts in the city. It's a sketchy place that plays a central role in this story.
The most drug-addicted city in America is arguably Omaha, Nebraska. Does that surprise you to hear?
That's the first time I've heard that. I know it's bad here, the fentanyl epidemic, the opioid crisis. I know it's known for the methamphetamine use, but yeah, it's getting worse and worse.
So I've got a for-profit counseling agency, Halo Counseling Center. I've been doing that for about the last 8 years, started that in 2015. So we do a lot of work with like the criminal justice system. Most of our referrals come from probations, drug courts, veterans courts, things like that. It's insane. I mean, our business just continues to grow. I started off with just me, myself, and I, and now we're up to 8 counselors, 5 offices, and we still can't keep up.
What got you into this?
So I got my own history. In 2006, I was out on the streets smoking meth. I was involved in a raid September 11, 2006, and was arrested, charged with conspiracy to distribute 500 grams of meth. So I was just with the guy that was doing it, basically. I was his right-hand man. So
that's where it started for me, where my sobriety got started, was that treatment facility right here. There used to be a lot of tents out here, and if we end up walking down farther that way, you'll see a lot of tents and everything where the people choose not to go into the shelter. You know, they're either not ready yet or it's just not for them.
How did you become sober?
I got arrested, which is my sober date, August 26th of 2020, arrested for methamphetamine. I went to jail for 6 months, and I've been battling drug addiction for probably the last 10 years. And so I was arrested, sat in jail for 6 months. I came over here. I was here for 7 months, and then went to the halfway house, and then just been trying to get my life back together slowly but surely.
It seems like jail is a lot of people sober there.
Yeah, absolutely. Some sort of higher power, man, that gave me the option to do a program that we offer here, and if I graduate that program, I get the felony removed from my records.
Once I got into jail, it was almost a sense of relief, because I had attempted sobriety, some feeble attempts, didn't really reach out to get any real help. Then when I was charged federally, then it just became a fear factor. Once you see the United States of America versus John Sapinski, that tends to tighten some things up in the old body there.
What is your first hit of meth feel like?
Superman, euphoria, energy. It was at work, I was mowing lawns, and I had a hangover from the night before. My boss was like, dude, what's wrong? What's going on, man? Usually, you're doing a good job at work. Man, I got a hangover, I feel like crap, whatever. He said, go talk to my brother. So I went and talked to the brother, he pulls out a bag of meth, took a big old snort, and I'm mowing lawns like nobody's business. I'm running around with a weed eater and just tearing people's lawns apart. It was glorious.
It started out pretty innocent.
Yeah. Within weeks, it's I'm staying up for days on end. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I got to work at 6. I need to get more dope. Can't find any more dope. Can't go to work, and the cycle began.
My first experience with it was I was using marijuana at the time, and my friend came over, and I took a hit of meth, and it really didn't do anything for me then. I don't know if it was because I was already prescribed amphetamines, legal amphetamines. And then years down the road, after I got into some trouble in a different city, I was on probation, and I was kind of trying to be clean, and a girl said to me that I was seeing at the time, she said, well, this will make sex better. Of course, I'm all for it. You know, if it's going to make sex better, why not?
So he was willing to get high to make the sex better. You know what? No, not let me. I'm not going to laugh at that because that's goddamn ridiculous. But I think that's what rocked his boat so he can rock her boat. I don't know what to say about that. Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's get back into the video. Oh, but before I do, let me say this though. I do believe that. I believe that people that go to jail, with people that has an addiction or whatever, I think that when they go to jail and they have to do a little time, I think that that helps them better to get off drugs and to stay off drugs longer. I don't think the drug rehabilitation allows that for people to kick the habit, to stay off of it longer. Let me explain. I have seen, and I know a lot of people that go to these drug rehabilitation centers, and they still cannot stay off drugs. They just have a hard time of doing it. But people that I see that has did some time in jail, when they come out, it takes them at least 6 months or more before they even think about, getting back high. What I'm saying to you is I just think that it's more beneficial to see someone to kick a habit and stay off that drug longer if they being incarcerated, as opposed to going to drug rehabilitation centers. That's just what I see. Doesn't mean that it's, it works for everyone. But for the most part, for what I've seen around me or whatever, I've seen that doing time helps them better. Okay? All right, so let's get back in the video. That was just my personal piece, okay?
How'd you find your way here? What's your story?
I got in trouble with the law. I was addicted to meth for like 13 years.
What was your first introduction to meth? How'd you start?
When I was 16 years old, we used to drink a lot with my friends and stuff, and I got introduced to it one night. It was like something to stay awake, to party more, and then it became like an everyday thing. I went to jail.
How long did you serve?
I was in there for 3 months.
Did that help you on the road to sobriety?
If I would have got out and just went back on the streets, I'd probably be back on the road right now.
What should the punishment be for a dealer that's selling people meth?
Definitely jail time.
What was the low point of your meth journey?
Right before I came here, I lost custody of my girls. I lost the love of my life. I'm facing like 17 years in prison right now. If you're struggling with drug addiction, you gotta find your higher power. You gotta believe in something higher than you. If you need help, it's always nice to reach out to somebody that you love and tell them the problem they're going through.
Our next stop is talking to drug dealer Shakedown, who is currently facing federal time for her narcotics operation. We wanted to talk to someone that had hands-on experience with fentanyl. Here's what we learned.
How do you describe yourself?
Just trying to get a dollar to take care of my people.
So what are you currently up against right now?
Facing about 9 to 10 years, manufacturing methamphetamine, fentanyl, cocaine, oxygen, 5 years already in prison. You know what I mean? It's just federal time, so it's something different.
Do you think there's any shot of beating the case, or what are you looking at?
No, I don't think so. It's nothing that's going to stop me from going to prison for some time. I ain't started, really hustling like some narcotics and whatnot until 3 years ago. 4 years ago, before that I was in lyrics, like robbing people, going to people's cars, going to people's houses, you know, doing what I could to just stay afloat. I was introduced to selling drugs, and I was like, damn, I ain't gotta beat it. Nobody else no more, I ain't gotta do all this. You know what I mean? I ain't gotta do all this, put my life at risk, put your life at risk. You know, when you put people through that, you put people's kids through that.
Have you ever felt bad for a customer?
Before I ever started selling pain, you know, I lost my girlfriend. My girlfriend before this, I didn't give a f. I was like, if I'm gonna lose somebody, I'm gonna lose somebody. I kind of like warmed up after a while. Like,
what are the drugs that are going through Omaha right now? And what are the biggest drugs that people are selling?
Fentanyl super heavy right now. They don't even want heroin. Fentanyl is synthetic heroin. That's what they going for. They want that shit immediately.
What was your childhood like?
I was in the system. I was locked up. Like, I've been locked up since I was 14.
What were you booked for?
Distributing and conspiring to confederate methamphetamine, fentanyl, and cocaine over 400, but less than 700 grams.
How much money does all that cost?
That'd be like $50,000.
And then what can you flip that into?
You get 50,000 straight up, and you ain't 5 people, you gonna flip that to 150,000 easy.
The first hit of fentanyl, what is that like?
Okay, so you can take 50,000 worth of products, I guess, or is it $50,000? One out of two. I don't know. I never got high before. I don't do drugs. I never sold drugs. None of that. But so you can take $50,000 and you flip that, and when you flip it, you make 150,000 off of 50,000. Wow, that's a lot of money to be flipped. That's good money, and I see why people stay in this business, you know, this drug dealing business and stuff like that. I would never do nothing like that, you know, but I see why they do it, because it's fast money to them. It's not easy money, but it's fast money. You understand? Because they're risking their life and their freedom to sell these drugs, and it's much easier for, you can get more money from a customer coming up to you as opposed to you working on a job. So I see why, you know, they're doing it, but it doesn't make it right. I don't condone it at all. I just see their point of why they're doing it. That's it, you know. All right, let's get back into the video. But that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
If you're constantly a person that deals with trauma and traumatic situations, it's going for a minute, you know what I mean?
Do you think most drug users and even drug sellers are running away from trauma, and drugs are kind of the way to like patch up the pain?
Hell yeah. I feel like it's never drugs, it's the experiences that you've been through that made you know, gravitate to that.
Earlier this morning we met with the mom of a kid who overdosed, and it's just her son's death has impacted the whole family, has a trickle effect. What would you say to the parents of people that have overdosed?
I've been through it, so it's like I don't, you know what I mean, people make their own choices, and you just gotta stop them from making those choices, not by telling them what to do.
What's the youngest person you would say that has come to buy drugs?
I agree with him there. People get high. It's their choice to do so, and he's right. No, you know, nobody's putting a gun to their head, or hope not, to tell them to take these drugs. They want to experiment with these drugs, and this is how you get hooked on these drugs, for the most part. Now, we're not talking about the people that has been sex trafficked, kidnapped, and you know, things like that, and drugs has been put into their system, and that's how they started getting high. I'm not talking about those things, but I am talking about the ones who willingly wanted to experiment with these drugs and get high off of them. That was their choice to do it. So they're responsible for their own self. So, you know, being put in these predicaments. They're going to have to want to get clean and stay clean if they really wanted it. Is it easy? No. It's not easy, but nothing in this life, for the most part, is easy. You have to work hard to get whatever it is that you want in life. And that's one of them. Okay? Let's get back to the video.
What does it cost for a serving of fentanyl? And what do you sell it for? I wish you the best. Tell me a little bit about your story.
Well, I was living out in Omaha, and the perk 30s were really huge, and that's how I started using, you know.
I've heard that in rap songs.
Yep.
Perk 10, I just popped up perk 10. Perk 30, I just popped up perk 30.
Did he just wish a drug dealer the best of luck? Dude, he's a drug dealer. You just wish the drug dealer the best of luck. Really? Okay, whatever. And rap music, these rap music today, is the reason why I don't listen to rap music. It's just plain gutter trash music. Sex, money, and drugs. That's life. I don't like rap music today. I don't listen to it. Anyway, let's get back into the video.
Everyone talks about the perk 30s, they glamorize using the perk 30s, getting fucked up on the perk 30s, but honestly, laced with fentanyl, super addictive. A lot of it is the chemical dependency in your body. It's not so much you wanting to get high anymore, it's your body physically needs it. My drug addiction really took everything from me. The number one thing on my mind all the time was getting high and using.
How long have you been clean for?
I've been clean for 70 days.
What is your plan to make sure you don't fall back?
Those withdrawals, man. When I went through withdrawals and treatment, it felt like I was on my deathbed, you know. Couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat, I was throwing up, and that's a big reason why I feel like I can't go back. It's just because I know the hold that it'll have on my life. I was spending $500 a week on my drug habit.
What was rock bottom for you?
I was staying in someone else's house, no money, selling my own things on Facebook, so that way I had money to get high, and even then I was maybe using one time a day and I was still really sick. Addiction doesn't discriminate, you know. People think that it's only low-class people who get addicted to drugs, but honestly, anyone can get addicted to drugs. I was very fortunate growing up. When I was finally on my own, I met a man who kind of veered my life in a different direction, and I chose to take that path.
I can't imagine what it's like doing your job in this area. What is it like?
You get used to it. I mean, that's what you signed up for, right?
What would you do to help a city like this?
I really don't have an answer for you.
I guess you can either invest money into the incarceration side, or you can invest money into the rehabilitation side.
You gotta go for rehabilitation, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you want to help people as best you can. You don't want to incarcerate them for life.
What percent of the calls you would say you have to answer to are drug related?
Probably more than half.
We appreciate what you're doing. Thank you.
Yeah, you all take care, right?
Wow, that was interesting. But she made a point that you know, it's not just people that are low income who gets high. It's anybody. You know, I would say it more so is the people who are rich, the people who have the means, who has the money to be able to get high and stay high. Those are the ones that's in those more higher up places, right? That get high the most. You see people on the streets, and you would think that's the most, but it's not. It's just that they're on the streets because they don't have the money like the rich people do to be able to cover it up. That's what I think. That's just my personal thing, right? But yeah, y'all, so stop trying to keep up with everyone else. Stop trying to fit in. You know, don't be curious to want to try drugs. Don't take that first hit. Don't even think about it. Don't look at it. You know what it does to the body. You out here in the world, I'm quite sure that you see this stuff happening around you every day. Why would you want to put yourself in that predicament? Why would you want to do this to your family, your children, your friends? Because you're not the only one that's going to be struggling. They're struggling too because they got to see you go through this stuff. Their loved ones that's got to actually go through this stuff, and it hurts them too. So just don't do it, y'all. Just don't. just don't want to experiment with drugs. Period. Okay. So thank you everybody for tuning in and listening. Please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel to watch more reaction videos because I have more coming up. And please leave me a comment. And if there's any videos that you would like me to cover, just let me know and I will see if I can accommodate you with doing so. So until then, everybody, again, I am Afro Goddess, and I want you all to stay safe. Peace, everybody.